It's a video chart presentation of Nanosphere Inc. It's a NASDAQ listed stock trading our ticker NSPH. So look at a 9-month chart. And all the nanospheres had a couple pretty good drop-offs to start the year out, dropping down to $1.72, making a real nice run though up to $4.50, and then falling all the way back down to that level of support once again. Holding that twice this year as a support level certainly caught my eye. But now it's making a move, and it's facing a really tough resistance area right around $2.20. Closed Friday at $2.14. Not a bad day, up almost 5%. Now it's back over top this 50-day moving average, and I'm on a watch going forward to see if it can take this resistance point out and try and make up some ground to fill a gap all the way up here to around $2.81. It's a real nice trend in the MACD, moving back towards zero, what we always consider a make or break point, where we want to see that MACD break back above the zero line, show the chart going into a truly bullish trend. So we'll be looking for that break. Not exactly a perfect setup for a PPO ADX pinch. You can see the peak of the ADX is actually lagging the peak of the negative DI. In a more classic pincher setup, those two would be tucked more closely together, but it is still a similar principle. And again, PPO trending back towards zero. I want to see it break through that benchmark area. Also notable, ADX down very low, only registering a 16. When it starts near 10, that's where I look for the ADX to make a move upward. It doesn't tell you which direction it's going to go, but I look for it to pick a direction and add some more strength to the chart. Pretty decent separation of the 7 away from the 21 MFI, but they are leaning the right direction with moving and holding over top of 50. That's what I look for to show people are continually paying a higher price for the stock. Accumulation distributions kind of following the candles. Essentially has found itself a base, running in a channel right now. We see it break up higher, make a new higher high. That's when it's validated that more buying is coming into the play. Notice a nice uptrend in the Chaikin money flow, registering right around zero now. It says over 20 period increments, buying and selling pressure is essentially equal. Per the definition of the CCI, break of 100 is the buy point. It's a hold unless it breaks back down through 100. Full stow, it's a gauge of momentum, over top of 50, and even pushing on 80 right now, indicating that there is some bullish momentum in the chart. And the tricks, much like the MACD, similar type of rules. Trending back towards zero, want to see it break that zero mark, show that the chart's entering a bullish trend. Definitely seeing a lot of similarities in the indicators. Relative strength index, this is tracking the 7. See the upward trend to it. If you track the longer terms, 14 and 21, you can also see an upward trend. Importantly now, as we mentioned so many times, breaking through 50. Now it's critical that they hold above that mark to show that bullish momentum is being sustained in the play. Now, of course, this all comes along with, I'll go ahead and I'll throw a bottom support right through this area, right around $1.80. See the stock, even though it did hit 172, did hit 177, pulled up into the close each time. That should be a decent bottom support level. Of course, I do see some more right in through this area, just shy of $2. That would be the area I'd be watching a little bit more closely because it's near the 50-day moving average, which is registering 201, and there's some soft static support right through that mark as well. So that's where my eyes would be peeled right now on any sort of pullback. But mostly what I'm looking at is how this stock acts right around $2.16. Very near the closing price on Friday. I'll call that a general area because you're going to see the resistance is going to run up to 220, maybe even up to here, up around $2.30 where it gapped down back in August. But point being, definitely pressing on a resistance point right now over the last couple months, seeing a few higher lows be made, and it's just one of those charts at that point to pay attention to it and see if it's going to grow some legs and try and push much harder. Liquidity is not too big of an issue in this. 741,000 shares traded on Friday, a little bit of an uptick over previous days, but probably right around the 3-month average. Of course, we'll look for a larger candle now because I always want to see big volume to break through a heavy resistance point. And if it does, the stock could really start to gain some very strong momentum and go up here and challenge this 200-day moving average right through there, which ties in again to a little bit of soft resistance, nothing too special. I don't see static resistance really getting heavy until up near $3, which is, the 40-50% move from Friday's closing price. So I don't worry about that right at this particular time. All I look at right now is to see if it's going to break through this resistance. And even if it goes up and wants to pull back in classic TA fashion, I want to see that resistance serve as support and continue the idea of making higher highs and higher lows and identifying this point as a true bottom for the NSPH chart. So those are the type of things I'll be looking for in the Nanosphere chart. But as always, merely my interpretation. Thank you for watching. Trade smart.